behave, just so you notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. Damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall.
1 week later.
SuperBusa was rolling at Santapod last Saturday. Still running with no interference from the ECU, not running launch control, not running boost or throttle angle per gear. So we had full power every gear, no launch control, no lift function. So if it wanted to wheelie, it would. Got the electric shifter. Electric shifter performed faultlessly, making really sharp gear changes and enabled me to get off the line a bit better. It was only one day. We did 7 runs. Getting a handle on it. Every run was in the 8s, and we did a best of 8.3 and a best terminal speed of 178 mile an hour. We did 142 on the 8th with a 5.5 second 8th time. Next stage is we're putting a max ECU, so we've got launch control, because there's no way I can get consistency off the line without launch control. There's too much power, the revs come up too quick, and I'm not doing the best I can. We're only getting 150 somethings, 60 foots. We need to be down in 1.3s, or it'd be really great to do 1.2s, but that's not going to happen, not with the weight of the bike. She's still got all the original bodywork on. I'm no flyweight, so 8.3 was pretty good, but I think if we put the best times and the best parts of the runs together, we would have been 8.2, and there is much more to be had when we can get the launch right. If I can get a couple of tenths off the launch, I reckon we've got a 7-second bike with me on it. It's a big ask, but I'm getting better as the days go on. Every time I get out, everything we've done, one of the big things we did at the clutch was the clutch. We put more weight on the clutch because she's too light off the start. Just would not pick up and go off the start. I tried what people have given me advice on, but we've ended up with more weight on the clutch, and it's really starting to pick up and go. It was unfortunate at Santapod, but the last run was going to be a really good run, but you'll see, unfortunately, the track had gone away. The dew had started coming down because it was a really cold day for a June day. And back wheel spun up, went sideways, then we picked up and did a couple of wheelies, did 171 at 9 seconds dead, which was a fun ride. I enjoyed the ride, but it wasn't going to make any history. So we know the clutch is a little bit better. And we've got the launch controls going with the max ECU. I've got the remap for the max ECU. I've just finished plugging all that in. Thanks Greg Smith from the US, Boost by Smith. He did me a really good job on supplying me this plug and play max ECU a few months back, which is already on the first American SuperBusa, and it's running well on that. So I've got a base run to start with, but you know, we're running more boost than we were on those days. We're running 21 pound of boost. We were running about 17, 18. So a little bit of remapping, and then we've got to set to and see about throttle angles versus gear versus how much power we're putting in. But every move I've made so far has gone in the right direction. So I'm really pleased with myself for picking the right routes. And I'm getting more at one with the bike, and I'm just loving it to death. You know, I know that she's safe. We've done run after run after run, and it's just a great thing to do. And if I can get a 7 out of it, that would be really awesome. So, crazy week at TTS, nothing new there. Harley V-Rod supercharger kit, not straightforward. He's got air ride suspension, he's got different seat unit. All the gubbins that should be under the seat is underneath the tank. The tank's not standard, so there's less room. And then we've got to get our plenum chamber in there. It was a bit of a rat's nest underneath there before with what had been put in, and we've had to squeeze in a bit more, like the plenum chamber. But she's in. What we've got to do is finish off the catch tank for the engine breather. So we've got a couple of pipes here that are going to go in just here. We're going to make a nice little catch tank for it there. That's done, and then we've got the horn. We've got to extend a line off here, a bracket off here so that we can put the horn in. And then she's on the dyno, and that's another thing, because we can't put a power commander on because there's no room. So we're going to run with Woolwich Racing software connected to the ECU. And that is due to turn up tomorrow. The dyno's been playing up as usual, but we're getting a bit of a handle to it. Look at that. It's just a nice piece, must admit. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but there's a lot of time and effort and work gone into this bike. And yeah, see what she produces. So that's been my bag for a couple of days, been working on that, plus running the company, answering phone calls, asking questions, doing emails, you name it, I've been doing it, bit machining. So this baby is ready to rock on the dyno. And then we've got this here Gen 2 supercharger kit. The guy wanted it with a gold cover. So we've got a gold belt guard and a black supercharger. So we sorted all that out. In my mind, I think we ought to take the cover off and probably give it a coat of lacquer to give it a bit of shine. It's a little bit dull compared to, certainly compared to the wheels. But some of the other gold is quite dull as well. So yeah, I think maybe a coat of lacquer would help. So we'll talk with the customer, see what he'd prefer, sort that out. Again, got to go on the dyno, got to get that set up. So that's, that was a good job. There's been 6 days work in that. So Nikon's waiting for laser cut steel bracket to be made for the supercharger. It's been laser cut by Lakeland Laser. We use them up in the Lake District. Been friends with them for many years, so they're cutting out a nice bracket. Laser cutting the bracket out for me, and then we'll be able to get that on the dyno. More dynos, so dyno. Billy's, we've sorted out the electronics. We've got all 4 injectors firing. Everything's working well. But the big bore kit, it was only a 117 big bore kit, was getting pretty tired. We was getting a lot of blow by. So I decided in my wisdom, I'd rip into it. So I ripped it all down last Saturday, put a 128 kit in, and Tim's been finishing it off today. So she's almost ready to rock again. So another one for the dyno, 128, 22 pounds of boost, bit V85, 4 injectors, good cams, 90mm throttle body, big MF throttle body, 90mm throttle body, designed and manufactured in this place in Silverstone. TTS rules. So there's the supercharger. Intercooler that looks just like a factory piece. And with a bit of luck, we'll see well over 300 horsepower. We had 286 of the 117. Had problems with the fuel injection and stuff. We've got over all that now. We're running a Thunder Max ECU, and obviously there'll be a lot of tidying up to do once we get where we need to be. But it's, first of all, is getting the power out of the damn thing. We're still running a belt. We've not had any trouble with belts on any of our supercharged bikes that are running on the road. Drag racing is a different thing. You probably want to go to chain drive, but that's something that is for the guy who's going for broke. And look, lo and behold, ZR14, ZX14 on the bench, start of supercharger conversion. So next week, Gab's getting into this, getting the bodywork off, do a real good inspection of where we're going to go with it. We know we're going to put the same size and same place supercharger as we do on the Hayabusa. So we're going to have a little cutout here. In fact, there's so much clearance there, we might get away with next to nothing of a cutout supercharger up here. And then we've got to find space for the air filter. We know that the chassis has got the air box built in. So that I know that causes loads of problems. I looked at one of these some 12 years ago now for GT motorcycles. And we did a little supercharger on there. And we did just one of our little C15s. And it made just over 220 horsepower, and I believe that's still running. It's been going for some time. I spoke to Mike about a year ago and he was saying that somebody else had just bought it. So, you know, our supercharger kits do last, and this looks like it could be a really good kit. A lot of guys are interested in it, and we'll now keep them in touch. As soon as we've finally got a finger out and got into this bike. Nice bike to do it with. Needs to do chain and sprockets. He wants to do some top speed runs, so we're going to run different gearing. We'll have to go up on the engine sprocket, down on the back wheel. We'll run Woolwich Racing software and remap it to suit with big injectors, big pump, big boost, probably run around £20 a boost. It'd be interesting how she performs with these cans on. She's decatted, got these cans. Might have to do something with them, but it'd be nice to keep it quiet for the top speed runs because they've got pretty serious noise requirements at Elvington, and he wants to go there, so we've got to keep the noise down. 2 big cans shouldn't be too restrictive. Probably still see over 300 horsepower. We'd like to see 4, but we'll have to see. Like and subscribe.